Rory, 4th rankings title on this side of the pond, both the FedEx and the Europe's #1 this year. How special does it all feel?
Yeah, it's amazing. I certainly, it's not something that I set as a goal at the start of the year. I feel like it's increasingly more difficult to do well on both sides of the pond. You have to play not really so much, but just so well each time you tee it up. And that's what I've done. You know, I think my worst finish on the DP World Tour this year was 12th in Abu Dhabi of the tournaments that I played. So, you know, the consistency I've shown throughout the year has been, it is the reason why, I've topped the rankings this year.
I want to take you back to Masters Sunday, because things seem to change from that round. What do you think clicked from that point?
I think I just got some confidence. I didn't feel like I was playing badly. I had a couple of close calls earlier in the year. I felt like I should have won the Dubai Desert Classic. I hit it in the water on 18, and I changed my golf ball the week before Augusta. I went back to an older version of a TaylorMade golf ball, and it really made all the difference to me. It just had less spin on it, so it came out a little more consistently for me. And really since Augusta, as you say, I got some confidence. I changed the ball, and then going forward, I played a lot of great golf.
Obviously, you're a great player, but you seem to have got better this year than you've ever been before. Is that fair to say?
I think so. I think more consistent. I think I've had the highs in my game have been very high, but sometimes then I'll drop and have some pretty bad lows where, my heights are still high, but the drops aren't quite as severe. So I think I'm much more. I think, and this has happened over the last couple of years. I think 2019 was another example. I'm definitely a more consistent player, and I feel like every time I show up to a tournament and I tee it up, that if I play the way I know that I can, that I'm going to have a pretty good chance to win the tournament.
Do you think there's another level to go yet for yourself?
I think so. I think I'd like to say that this is sort of my base level, and then hopefully a few times a year I can try to up that level at the big tournaments and in the majors and the big moments, and that's basically the next goal.
There's no doubt you've had a obviously fantastic year, but do you think not winning a major is maybe a little sour mark on it?
I think not winning the Open was that's if there is to be a disappointment in this year anywhere, that was it. I had a great chance on that Sunday at St Andrews. I didn't quite get the job done, but the golf that I've played since St Andrews, again, the level of consistency, 2 wins in America, plus FedEx Cup title, DP World Tour rankings title. I feel like I've bounced back from that disappointment pretty well.
It feels like the golf world this year, there's been a lot of talk, obviously, with what's happened. It's been pretty fractured at the moment.
Yeah.
It's not nice to see. You've done a lot of talking off the course. How nice is it to be here at the end of the calendar year, effectively, and say, I've actually done some talking on the course as well?
Yeah. I feel like when I've talked as much as I have this year, I have to back it up with my actions on the course. So probably a little bit of self-inflicted pressure put on myself. But yeah, I think that's been another thing this year is, I've been opinionated, and I've given everyone my thoughts on where I think the game is and where I think the game needs to be. But there's no point in me doing that if I can't back up those words with some actions on the course. And it has been nice to go out and play the sort of golf that I've played this year with all the noise that's been around.
Do you think you'll have much impact next year in regards to that noise, or is it a case of what's done this year?
Again, there's only so much I can do. I'm a golfer, first and foremost, and my job is here on the golf course. I can be privy, and I can maybe advise, and I can speak to other players, but at the end of the day, whatever happens going forward isn't my call. So all I can do is try to play the best golf I possibly can, and obviously that means on this tour and on the PGA Tour for the for the rest of my career, and we'll see where it goes from there.
That's number 4 titles.
Yeah.
We're 2 behind Sevi, 4 behind Monty. They're in your sights now, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know how many Sevi had, so Sevi has 6. Yeah, I mean, like 4 of these on the DP World Tour, 3 over in the States, so 7 combined is a pretty cool number.
Doing both in the same year as well.
Yeah, both in the same year for the first time as well, which is yeah, I mean, obviously Henrik did it a few years ago, back in 2013, so be the first one to do it since him is a really nice achievement. But yeah, I'd love to, Monty with 8 is, that's, I need to double what I already have, so that seems like a pretty tall task, but I'll certainly try. But yeah, Sevi with 6, that's sort of, feel like another 2 could definitely be within range. So I just have to keep playing the way I'm playing, and each and every year more and more talent comes through, and obviously if John Ram win this week, and I'll hopefully be battling with John Ram for the next 20 years trying to win tournaments, because he's certainly not going anywhere.
Just finally, I know you're a man that looks ahead. You've already defended this title once in your career before. Will that be something that you'll look as a goal for next year as well? Yeah,
most definitely. As I said, I think it's getting more and more difficult to try to win on both sides of the pond, but I've proven to myself that I can do it, right? I did it this year, so I've proven to myself that it can be done, so hopefully I can come back next year and try to emulate that.
Many congratulations.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks for your time, Rory.